Here. Good morning, good afternoon. Oh, my camera is all off. Let's see what I can do about that. Yeah, maybe it's a little crooked, but I think we'll live. I am online with Facebook, online with LinkedIn, online with YouTube. Perfect. Hey, yesterday I was told I had some challenges with receiving comments. So hopefully I'm able to hear from you today. And if not, we'll just continue on and I'll figure it out as we go. But if you are here and you'd like to leave a comment or try to leave a comment, let me know in a private message if it doesn't work for you so I can keep tracking that down. Let's see. Got a couple things to share. I'm going to share with you today what I think will help you if you're looking to work through creating or, reaching your dream clients. And I'll get back to that in a second. I think, first of all, today's hat, Yingling. Yingling is the oldest brewery in America, if you're not familiar. And this hat is a bit worn. I received it as a gift when I toured the Yingling Brewery in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. After returning from Iraq in 2004, they heard that I had just returned and they offered this as a free gift and token of their appreciation for serving the country. That was pretty awesome. I'm a fan of Yingling here in the States. Of course, I much prefer beer in Europe, Germany, Bavaria. It is so much better. But I digress. I want to talk today about a couple things. And I think one of the things holding people back when it comes to getting their dream clients is their ability to say no. And I've been following Rich Litvin. Rich Litvin is he's a really great, masterful coach, co-author with Steve Chandler of The Prosperous Coach, which is a methodology that they teach to help coaches. He's built an amazing community of just fascinating, powerful people who have decided to transition into being amazing, powerful coaches. And he does an excellent job of guiding them. But I've been following his content for a while, and he shared with us yesterday, I think it was, might have been Tuesday, an article that he'd written. If you go to richlitvin.com/no, you can find this article for yourself. But he offers 9 ways to say no. And I thought there was some interesting tidbits in here. First of all, this goes back to when I was working actively as an advocate for survivors of sexual assault and training sexual harassment and sexual assault awareness in the military, is that no, in and of itself, is a complete sentence. And I think that's an important takeaway. But beyond that, I know there's a lot of people that have people calling them, and it's hard to say no, especially when it comes to earning an income and the potential to work with somebody, even if they're not a great fit. And so understanding what your hell yes looks like makes it much easier to start being able to say the no to the things that are not a hell yes for you. So I really love that thought and wanted to share that with you. I think that's one way to start working towards creating your dream clients, your dream business, the things that you really want to be doing. How many times have you sat through an uncomfortable yes because, oh, thank you, Elizabeth, for posting the link. You're awesome. There it is right there for those that need it. And good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I know that we didn't cover any of this in our podcast episode yesterday, but I do have another thought about that in a minute I'll share. But I think for people who are working towards creating and working with their dream clients and living in the business and the life that they're really wanting, sometimes it's hard to say no when somebody's willing to pay you. But if you know it's not a hell yes for you, consider that it might be a no. And the best way to say no is to say it quickly. When you feel like it's just not the right thing, it's not the thing you really want to be doing, just say no. It is a complete sentence all by itself. Understand this. In point 9, Rich makes an astounding point, and I've heard it before, and it's especially true today, and I want to make sure I impress this upon you if you take nothing else away from this conversation today, and that's how someone responds to you and your no. It speaks to their character, not your character. I want you to understand that, right? How they respond to your no speaks volumes to their character. Are they gracious that you took the time? Are they gracious and thankful that you were willing to say no? Or were they abrupt and rude? And either way is okay. It's not a reflection of your character. Now, that said, I had a conversation with someone yesterday afternoon. If your no is rude and abrupt, maybe it's the way you presented the no. That's a possibility. Either way, if it's a no, that's up to them to choose how they respond to it, not up to you to worry about how they respond to it. So I'm giving you permission to say no with your heart and walk away. The next thing I think is important to understand is another concept that Rich introduced to us this week, and it was this concept of auditioning your potential clients. How many times have you had a call from someone where you are selling? I talk to a lot of people who feel like they don't like selling because it makes them feel yucky. And nobody wants to feel that way. Nobody wants to feel like you're pressuring somebody. No one wants to feel like, the selling is the hardest part of your business. Um, and there's an easy way to adjust that, especially if you're in the coaching or service oriented space. And that's auditioning your clients. Instead of them calling and buying, speaking to you from the position of a buyer, consider how you might shift the conversation to position them into the role of the seller, making them believe now that they're the ones that have to sell you on the idea of working with them. And that concept becomes much easier when you're willing to say no and you're willing to walk away. I like to go back to something I heard from Dave Ramsey a while back when I was leading Financial Peace University and when I was working in the financial coaching space. And it's something that helps you manage money better, but I think applies in this client relationship and the process of onboarding or auditioning new clients. And it's the walkaway power. You can't show up to a car dealership and not get annoyed with the process if you get extremely excited and you tell them how excited you are about the potential to buy this car you're looking at. When they tell you all about the vehicle, be prepared to walk away. If you're negotiating a deal, be prepared to walk away. Don't fully commit before you've fully committed. Be prepared to walk away. Be prepared to say no. It makes things so much easier. Those are the things I came here to share today. I did mention, if you haven't listened to our latest podcast episode, I got a wonderful comment from my friend Wayne today. Wayne, I don't know if you're here, if you're going to catch this video later, but I hope you don't mind that I shared this. But Wayne, let me pull it up really quickly because it was astounding to hear from him. And I'd love to know what your takeaways are. That's the point that I'm bringing up here. Is I'd just love to know, if you haven't listened yet, go to podcast.danw.us and you can find all of our episodes, especially the most recent episode. But Wayne says, the episode today was like getting hit in the face by a baseball made out of the things he's been thinking and putting off doing. So if that's not motivation, I'm not sure what is. And I appreciate sincerely that feedback, Wayne. It lets us know that we are certainly putting out a message that is meaningful. And that's our goal. Of course, we love to have just great conversations with people and talk about some topics that are of interest to us. But it's even more important and impactful to us when we know that's bringing value to you. So thank you for sharing that with me. I'm super grateful. I know Elizabeth is grateful as well. There he is. Wayne, good to see you, my friend. I'm glad it was timed well for you, my friend, and we appreciate you listening. And we would encourage anybody, we want to have some more fun with the podcast. We would love to hear from people that might be here right now or might listen to the podcast episode later. We'd love to hear from you something that you're celebrating. We'd love to take a moment to celebrate with you. And this is based off of one of our previous episodes that we did. It's about gratitude and some of the things that we can do to just help people celebrate a bit deeper. When people bring things to you, they choose you for a reason. They might not consciously be aware of that reason, but if someone shares good news with you, they've chosen to share that good news with you. And it only takes a moment to celebrate that. And we want to invite people to leave us a voicemail on podcast.danw.us and let us know something that you're celebrating, because we want to celebrate that with you. We want to demonstrate that for others. And we would appreciate if you would leave us that message, tell us what you're celebrating so that we can share that with others and demonstrate that through our actions. So thank you so much for being here. I'll stick around in a minute if anybody has questions, comments, or something else you want to hear about. And if you're just catching up, if you came in late, I was just talking about a couple of the ways I think are helpful for really narrowing down working with your ideal clients, working on the business that you envisioned from the beginning. I know the day-to-day process sometimes distracts us from the real vision and the real goal that we have. I'm a victim as well of that process, getting caught up in the day-to-day strategy and tactics of the business. And it's because initially I had a hard time saying no to the things I probably should have said no to. Now, I'll say that all of the clients that I've worked with have been amazing to work with, but they weren't always the best fit. They weren't, I wasn't doing the things that inspired me the most. I was doing things that certainly inspired me, but not where I really wanted to be and where I really wanted to play. So learning how to say no with grace, learning that it's okay to say no, and understanding that their response to my no was not a definition of my own character. It was their character being displayed. And so those are all things that I've certainly taken with me, especially this week and through this month as we look at closing out this year. And then, the other point that I made was switching the conversation to auditioning your clients, asking them why it's you that you should choose to work with them. And I said that all kinds of wacky, but I hope the point is made in that you're auditioning them. The next time someone calls you and inquires about the work that you're doing, audition them. Find out what inspires them. Find out why they chose you. Find out why they think they'd be a great fit to work with you. And I think that would be a game changer for many of the people that I talk to on a regular basis. So hopefully that's helpful for someone out there today. Hopefully it's helpful for you. And for those of you that are here or are watching this later, I'm grateful for you. I'm looking forward to celebrating Christmas and sharing some of those pieces of my life with you over the next few weeks. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.